Well, hello.
Hello.
Not you. Q&A.
Well, wasn't I supposed
Number.
to say hello?
Oh, the cats are fighting.
The
now.
cats are fighting.
Anyway, no.
Should we go out and see?
No, we'll let
Okay.
them fight.
Okay.
Q&A number 62, I think.
You're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close. Okay, we'll go ahead and start. How's everybody doing today? All right, we'll go ahead and start off with Bonnie Barber. Momma O, do you enjoy having that many grandkids at the house at one time? I actually do, because they all entertain each other, and it's fun to just sit back and just watch them playing and getting to know each other and how they act and interact with each other, and it's just actually really a lot of fun watching them pair off in their favorites and head up the tree house or go play on the Wii or whatever, and it's actually enjoyable. What do you think? To sit and watch. If Papa O can't take it, he just goes to his man cave.
Or having a nap.
Or he takes a nap. But I love it, and I love the kids going off and playing, and then the adults sitting in the living room and visiting and talking, and where else can that happen but here together? So it's actually
Good answer,
really enjoyable.
Look at Lily's question.
Who will get the basement apartment in Rochelle's house? And oh, that was Lily Hatson. They're just going to rent it out.
That's the whole purpose that they finished the basement. They made a separate apartment.
They thought we can't use all this space. They have a lot of, like 6,000 square feet in their home, and they said, you know, we don't need this much space. We could be bringing in. Our
home upstairs and downstairs is 3,000, so Rochelle is double
our house. Yeah, she says we just don't need that much space. Let's fix it up, rent it out, and we'll have that extra money coming in each month. And
they're on a 15-year loan, and they'll get it paid off.
Get their house paid off
faster.
and stuff. So that's who will get it. That's a good question. Why they're fixing up the apartment.
Oh,
okay,
you
Donna.
Look like
Donna Conrad. I also think you look like Suzanne Summers. Thank you. Bet people have told you that before, huh? Yes.
Along with 3 other ladies.
Barbara Streisand is the one that I mostly get said I look a lot like, and Suzanne Summers.
Because she's in her 90s now. So.
Barbara Streisand?
Yes.
No, she's not.
Yes, she was.
She's like 60, in her 60s.
That could be true.
But Suzanne Summers, I like it better when people say I look like her.
There's another one too, an entertainer.
Barbara, I can't think of her name. It'll come to me. But thank you. I like that one better than Barbara Streisand. Okay, Jill Armbruster. How do you keep everyone's name straight? How many kids does Julianne have? It is hard keeping everybody's name straight.
Okay.
So that's
here's how she keeps the grandkids straight.
That's why I made up a song, because I can't.
I have a hard time keeping them straight. So. Oh, okay. Tyra, Ethan, Cedric, Millie, Dallin, Hunter, Ellie, Kaylee, Catalina, Sierra, Chase, and Save, Daisy, Abby, Ender, Elizabeth, Sydney, Maddie, Kyler, Taylor, Hudson, Evelyn, Henry, Xander, Naomi, Little Oliver. We love our 26 grandkids.
And
did that look like she had trouble remembering them?
But with Jimmy Joe here, his daughter's name is Evie, and Davey's little girl's name is, nickname Evie, and so I get Evie and Evie mixed up, and then there's a Xander, Zach, and a Zaid, and I get them mixed up, and then there's a Hudson and a Hunter, and I get them mixed up. So they are all tongue twisters, so it's a little tricky. And Julianne has 4 children. She has 3 girls and 1 boy, and that's one you don't see very often. Okay, Debbie Doobie, the name that's fun to say. Do you do quilting? And no, I don't. I tie quilts. That's different than quilting. Quilting, you do the little stitches and stuff, but I just am not patient. I'm too hyper.
No, but you have done it before, a lot. Not for quite a while, I guess, huh?
I did, I've helped stitch. I've helped, but I haven't done a whole quilt myself. Our church group will do stuff, but not very often. I'm just too hyper, I think.
How we do it now.
Well, we tie it.
No, but how we do the pictures and everything. And
oh, we just have Walmart print out the pictures. And then I just tie some stitches in it. But I don't know, I'm just too hyper, I think. You have to have the patience to sit and stitch those little stitches. Do you quilt, Debbie? You'll have to tell me if you do. Because there's a special place in heaven for women that quilt.
That's an interesting comment.
No, because they just turn out beautiful, and you know, I don't know, there's a special place for you in there. I'm just too hyper. I think I want it done fast. I don't have the patience to take it. I'll I'll stitch it on a sewing
now your
machine.
sister Jane, she makes quilts.
Well, that's not quilting.
I call it quilting. She's making a quilt and gives it to us.
That's tying. You tie the quilt. Quilting is a whole new ballgame. It's a whole new
But for
ballgame.
me,
Where you do
all
the
I
little
know
stitches.
is when you hand somebody a quilt, you've made that quilt.
There's a lot faster. Tying a quilt is a lot faster than quilting. I'll have to, I don't know, show Papa O what quilting is. It's very difficult because you have to do the little stitches.
All the way around each square.
Or where you usually have a design, and you have some design that you're quilting into the quilt, and it's beautiful artwork. Beautiful artwork. Okay. But that was a good question. Aunt Jules, thanks for answering my question about Joe and his siblings. Remember last time we talked about that?
Yeah,
Another question, does Joe see his brother in Canada, and does he see the rest of his siblings? I'll let you.
My brother has been in an institution since his 20s, and we went to high school together, and he just slowly kind of withdrew, didn't want to be around people. It could be Asperger's, or it could have been, they called it schizophrenia, but that was a catch-all phrase for anything where you don't act normal. They call it schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
And most people think schizophrenia, oh, he has split personality.
It's hard to understand it, yeah.
But so he didn't have a good concept of time. Like when I'd go up to visit him, he would kind of act like 5 years or 6 years or 7 years has
He didn't have a concept of time, did he?
No, it had not even passed.
Yeah.
And you know, I'd just say hi, and he'd say hi back to me. And
well, he came and stayed with you for a year once when you were in high school, right? You said.
No, I said we graduated from high school together.
Yeah, together. Yeah. In the other Q&A you did.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and the other brother, we met him once when Johnny was.
So he
little.
chose to stay in Canada.
Yeah.
But then he got permission from both parents to come down and go to high school with me. So we graduated from the same high school. And then after that, he got a job working at a copper mine. And he just kind of withdrew, and he didn't want to be. I think.
How long was he here?
Well, he was 2 years.
2 years,
Yeah.
okay. Then he just went back to Canada.
Do a look up on Asperger's, and that's kind of where you appear normal, but you just don't want to be around people.
You don't want to socialize, and you just don't want to be around people.
When he was in high school, he had advanced tastes in literature. Like he was reading Charles Dickens, he's reading Cervantes, I think that's the Man of the Mancha, guy, and the windmill and everything. Charles Dickens. He was reading advanced thing, and I didn't even know who these people are.
Did he have college books and stuff that he?
No college books.
He
would get interested in authors.
Oh.
And just be reading them, and I said, now who is this you're reading about? Charles Dickens. You haven't heard of him? I guess not.
What was that volume of books that he had that he gave to you?
That was a complete set of Charles Dickens, and he had paid the money to have them rebound how they were originally, because they were over 100 years old. The set.
Yeah, and your other brother and sister, they're in Canada, and we went up. We've been up twice when the kids when Johnny and Shell were little, and that's it. Then you went up
through the years. I went up with us before I met you. And
that's true. Yeah. So
but usually you know, when on the trip, and then after 30 seconds, he'd just walk away.
We'd travel all that way up there, and he'd visit for 5 minutes, and he wanted to go back.
And he just said, "Oh, I got to go do something." And
yeah, one time he said, "Do you think I'll ever get married?" And we go, "Well,
I don't remember him saying that, but
yeah, well, that was 40 years ago.
more than that.
Hard to remember because Johnny was little.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, I don't mind talking about him because it's a nice, sincere question and everything.
Yeah.
And but each time it hurt me quite a bit. Well, he'd ask me things like, this is like, what, 30, 40 years later when we were in high school, and he said, "Do you think Mom has my driver's license?" I said,
it's kind of like time hasn't moved for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Time had just stood still. He called you Joey, like he did when you guys were little.
Yeah.
But that's a good question. Okay, we'll do one more. Do you think we have time for one more?
Yeah, if you'd like.
KSKC1234. Just amazes me how much Davey looks like your dad. He does. He looks a lot like my dad.
Oh, your
How
dad.
much Davey
Your
looks
dad,
like
yeah.
my dad.
Oh, the poor guy.
Did he have a chance to be close to his grandfather? My dad. Yeah. We went down there a lot.
It's a weird kind of, because her dad was an old farmer that needed work done, and he was more interested in have the kids do something on the farm to help them.
Yeah, he believed.
He doesn't sit down and talk and tell stories.
He told stories.
He would, but I'm just saying that.
We loved to go down. We'd go down once or twice a week, and the kids just loved going down there to play on the farm, and my dad had put them to work and planting tomatoes and stuff. So they had a good relationship. This next question is kind of long, so we'll save it for the next one, the next Q&A.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and close with a couple of quotes. I can edit that out. One that I heard on the radio today is talking about failure, and it says, the definition of failure means you can't fix it. Like heart failure. Once your heart stops and you're gone, that's failure. And so the definition of failure means you can't fix it. And in general, you can fix things. You can fix it. You think, well, I failed at that, but I can fix it. I can try harder. I can change things.
I'd have to think about that, because you can say, my goal was to run a marathon, win this race, but I failed. I didn't win the race. But I wouldn't use that word.
You could say, I'll just keep practicing if that's what I want.
Exactly.
You figure out, well, what is it you want, and what are you willing to do to get it? And if you're not willing to practice, then you're not going to get it, or whatever.
YouTube, you know, like hashtags are and everything. They have hashtag fail, and there are a lot of videos they pass around, or they'll have the hashtag fail, meaning it's a major fail. And it'll be where some guy he's trying to do something and he couldn't have failed worse at it because he maybe broke his leg or something. So I'm just saying those are real fails.
Yeah. So remember, when you fail at something, don't call yourself a failure, because it's fixable. In general, it's fixable.
Well, what's that one we had about learning? No, see, you don't say win or, I mean, the word that comes up is lose. Win or lose. But it's win or learn. Mm-hmm. So you don't fail.
Is that the one you made up?
I don't think I made that one up. But it's win or learn, meaning...
Not win or lose.
If you didn't succeed at something, you just learn how to get the success you want.
Yeah.
But you don't say, I lost.
And when we were watching our granddaughters play volleyball and stuff, you just watch them playing and learning, and they had lost the tournament. One girl was crying, and you think, we're kind of in the phase where we think everybody
has to
Everybody
win.
should get a trophy. Everybody should win. We don't want her crying. We don't want her feelings hurt. But that's what makes you pick yourself up and try harder. And somebody told me once, they said, "Oh, isn't that awful to lose?" And I say, "Nope, it makes the win much sweeter."
Well, it should give you the incentive to say the people that won, what are they doing different than
They
what
worked harder, yeah.
what I do? And you find out that they have a lot of good suggestions on what I could have done.
Yeah, you take those tears and that hurt from losing, and you say, what do I need to do
To change.
to win?
To win, yeah.
What do I need to do? And so don't give everybody a trophy. That will make it worse. Those tears will actually make you
And
fight harder.
she's saying that with all her
out of experience.
with all her running trophies
You're
up
gonna
in the
poke their
shelf.
eye out. Had to
Yeah,
duck.
you shouldn't have accepted all those running trophies.
I won them. It's not like
Ooh.
everybody. I had to work hard.
There you go. There you go. Good.
But my cheerleader was Joe. He'd be cheering me, "You're first woman," or says, "You can do this," and I'd be so tired.
No,
and I
she
just
had
wanted to quit.
She had 6 kids and still had skinny legs. She's embarrassed about her legs, and I said, "You have running legs." And
Yeah, Joe was
she's
my
saying, "What?"
he was my cheerleader and my coach, and but you want to have a trophy that you actually earned. Who wants everybody to win it?
Just give you, yeah.
Yeah,
those are participation trophies.
And yeah, you don't want to just participate. You want to actually earn something, and you fight for it, and you learn how to earn it.
Yeah.
So, Nick, that was a lot of fun. We better close up.
How much longer did we go over?
I don't know. It says we're at 17 minutes or something.
5 minutes
I
over?
try and keep it to 10, 15 minutes, but I don't know. We have too much fun. Anyway, I hope you have a good Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. That's hard to say. Say it.
Cinco de
Cinco
Mayo?
de Mayo tomorrow. Say it.
Cinco de Mayo mañana.
Oh, he said it in Spanish. And maybe it's easier that way. Cinco de Mayo mañana. That's even harder because I had to think about it. Anyway, thank you, and make sure you like and comment and subscribe, and hope you heard your question and ask us questions. We love to answer them. And have a great day in the 5th of May. All right, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Say goodnight at 10. You kissed me tenderly. I just melt in your arms. You asked for my hand that night, and I soon left the farm. You said to my